What's up, traders? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Austin Silver. I appreciate you joining us. I appreciate you checking out my trading recaps. In today's video, we are talking about my long position here on EurUsd. It's about 6:46 in the morning. I've been up for a while here. We've been watching this trade develop slowly. It still hasn't given us a reason for exit, and now finally, we're starting to push into profit up about 4 pips here. So in today's video, I'm gonna go over what I liked about the trade, what I didn't like about the trade, and everything in between. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna manage this thing throughout and where I think this could potentially end up by the end of the day today. So like I said, if you're new to my feed, if you're new to our trading recaps, hit the red button below me, subscribe so you don't miss any of the future videos. I appreciate you being here, and let's get into the trading recap. All right, guys, if we switch over to trading view, as you can see, we had our initial breakout here at 4:30 in the morning. This is New York time. On that initial breakout for a new high of day, for a new body high of day here on the 15-minute time frame, that's what induced me, what convinced me to take my position long here. That was my signal that fit my system that we could potentially see more rise here today. Now, a couple of factors go into that decision. Number one, the fact that we had a really strong push up yesterday, as you can see, right? And really just consolidated afterwards, basically setting the level and then confirming that that was our bottom here at 111.14. Once we had that bottom set, and I can use other indicators, I'm going to show you here in a second, to confirm that we're still in an uptrend, then I'm looking to measure what's the potential risk versus the potential reward. You always want to build if-then statements behind trade setups like this. So what I did was, knowing that we could see a potential breakout here off the 50 EMA, off the 21 EMA, I said to myself, if we break and close for a new high of day with a body, and we see the other confirmations on the shorter time frames that I teach in my course, then I'm going to take my entry, because that's my signal that fits my system. Now, we saw those shorter term time frame confirmations, and that's why we took the position. I called this out to the traders in the VIP, and if they've been patient with me, we're now moving nicely into profit. A few things about this trade that I really liked. The risk, only about 7 pips. My stop is literally 7 pips away, which means if I can go get 10, 14, 15, even 20, then it's going to be a really, really good trade. What I liked about the potential reward after measuring the potential risk was, as you can see, look how high up average daily range is. So we've got plenty of space to move according to average daily range. On top of that, if you turn on pivot points, here is that orange horizontal line. You can see that also has plenty of space above it to move to. And now with that close at 6:45 for another new body high of day, you can only have more belief now that we're going to see a push, I think, to at least the pivot point here, maybe even max ADR. Now, it's Friday, right? We don't have any major news events. If we look over to Forex Factory, nothing major that could shake up EurUsd other than Governor Carney speaking, but that's not till 1:45. I think we could be done with this trade before then. So here, it's 6:48. We're going to give this, I think, at least another 15, 30, maybe 45 or an hour. Really just depends on how these candles close. If we stay bullish, I'm staying in the trade. I have no reason to exit. You can see the VIP members just sending me messages right now. So we want to let the trade breathe. We talked about ADR. We talked about the pivot point. Those are the two things that I really liked as far as seeing where this trade could potentially go. You see I had the zone at yesterday's high marked as well. That was something I could, see being an issue, right? You see the 2 pins to it previous, but then we just bodied right through it, confirming to me that we're in the right trade, in the right direction here. So like I said, it's 6:49. I'm going to give it probably at least 30 minutes. Probably at least 30 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll give it time. We'll see how it plays out. We'll judge it candle by candle, as we've been doing all morning, and that's been working out well for us. So if you're enjoying the recap so far, if you want to see how this thing plays out, do me a favor, just make sure you're subscribed below. Give me a big thumbs up, and let's see how this thing goes. All right, guys, it is 7:31. As you can see here, I'm up 13.5 pips. The stop is locked in profit. I have 75% of this trade off. If I pull up the VIP chat real quick, everybody's like, great call. Everybody's happy, beast mode, happy, excellent call, love the group, well done, everybody's happy, and I'm still leaving a piece run because I still think this can come up to my take profit of 111.50. I think it might even come higher to that, to 55, where the pivot point is. ADR is not maxed out yet, and we have no reason to see this thing slow down yet. It has not broken down technically, so if it's pushing and you're in it, you want to be patient in it and let them breathe. So just like when we're patient as the trade builds and we're like, okay, this could still work, and you're looking for reasons to stay in the trade, you've got to do that same, take that same approach here once you're in the trade and it's moving in profit for you. So you see I have the stop locked. We're up really nicely here. I'm going to continue to let the trade develop, and I will come on and wrap the trade up with you guys in a few minutes. All right, guys, it is 8:30. You can see we are still sitting in profit pretty nicely, up about 14.5 pips. Over the last hour or so, this thing really hasn't moved much. After the initial push up to 111.43-ish, 111.40, basically. It's like in this zone now. It hasn't moved much higher, but I still think we could see the push at some point as we get into the New York session, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock this morning. We could still see this thing push, surge, and possibly reach 111.50, 111.51. That'd be 3R from my original position, which would be a really nice trade. Up 14, 15 right now. I'm already at 2R since I only had 7 pips risk on, and that's why I've taken most of the position off at this point. But I still think, without it showing me an exit signal here on the 15-minute, there's still potential for it to move higher. So, like I said, it's 8:30. I'm going to keep you guys posted on this thing. We're going to see if it plays out where I think it can. As you can see, we're starting to get a little push here, or if it's going to come back down. You see my stop is locked here in profit with this yellow line. It could hit me there, and we would take, the last 25% of this position for a 2-pip profit. So we'll see how it plays out. All right, guys, it is a little bit after 9 o'clock here. I'm still in the trade, up about 19 pips. As you can see, my stop is up, locked in profit, way in profit here, but I still think this can move higher. If we look over at TradingView, you can see the 1 minute's holding structure really well, and that's why I decided to move the stop up this high, because honestly, if it broke back down underneath this price of 111.41, 111.40, I wouldn't want the trade anyway. All morning since I've been in it, basically it's been making higher lows. So if it stops making higher lows, I want to be out of the trade. The trend is done, and I don't know what it's going to do from there. But if we go to the 15-minute, there has not been an exit signal yet since we've been in the trade. It has not broken back underneath the 8 EMA since it originally broke here, before then that initial push for the high of day. Now, if you guys remember, I told you I liked this trade because of the initial break for a high of day, and I sat through the consolidation before the second break for a new high of day. And people have been asking me this morning in the VIP chat and in the main chat, they've been saying, why didn't you take a re-entry here? Why didn't you add to the position? And my answer to them was because I was focused on following my plan. From the first entry, I liked the risk percentage based on the grade that I gave this setup. This was a B setup for my system. I had my full 1% risk on with this original entry. If I was going to add in here, that would be saying that I would have to then change the grade of the setup, and that's not what I'm in the business of doing. I took it as a B setup. I want to respect the trade as a B setup. I knew that it could go to the pivot point. I knew that it could make it up to 111.50, and that's exactly what it did. So I'm still in the thing here. If I flip back to MetaTrader, you can see up 19.9, there's 20. We're starting to get a little push here. I think it's going to hit my take profit. I think I'm going to be able to get that full 3R out of this thing at over 21 pips. So when I finish the trade, I'll come back on and circle it out for you, show you the P&L, and we will wrap things up. All right, guys, right there you can see, I'll put the P&L up here. I got bumped in profit as this thing's coming back down. You can see it's hitting my yellow line, the stop loss in profit. So I'm happy with the win, followed the rules really well. I still think it might bounce and come higher as the morning goes on. We're still early in the day, but I'm done for the day. Happy with the win, happy with all 4 winners this week. You can see some bigger than others, but with patience and with belief in the system, the big ones come, the small ones are quick, and you keep it moving. One good trade, one good trade, one good trade. That's all I'm doing here, guys. The patterns are repeatable, and you can see it here. I'm showing you everything that I use to do my analysis, everything that I use, and it's the same thing every single day. Some trades are bigger than others, and that's the way trading works. You just want to be profitable more times than you're not. So if you have any questions about this trade, if you have any questions about the way that I trade, drop a comment below. If there's any videos that you need from me, if you have any questions that need answered in a video, drop those in the comments below as well. I appreciate you guys being here, checking out the channel, and I will see you all in the next trading recap.